Polipede Works here. So I've been a Pokemon fan for a very, very long time, and I have been a competitive Pokemon fan for a very long time, since around Generation 4, which is where the majority of people that I know really got into playing competitively. The interesting part about those line of games, so Pearl, Diamond, Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, is that in that generation, it introduced Stealth Rock. If you don't know, Stealth Rock has been labeled as the most powerful move in Pokemon because unlike other entry hazard moves in which you lay something down on your opponent's side of the field and it hits an incoming Pokemon when they switch out, it doesn't do fixed damage. No, nor does it do it like a effect. What it does is it acts like a rock. Therefore, if the Pokemon coming in on your opponent's side of the field lands on Stealth Rocks and they are normally weak to rock type moves, they'll take 25%. If they are 4 times weak to a rock type move, Stealth Rocks will do 50%. This has really fluctuated and changed how people look at certain Pokemon when it comes to the competitive scene, because things like Charizard or Volcarona, who are 4 times weak to rock attack, get kind of squinty-eyed when being used. And that's why a lot of people usually bring a Pokemon that can use Rapid Spin or Defog, or recently Mousehold's move called Tidy Up. My point is that I think based on Scarlet and Violet, and then based on the game that came out a little bit before, which was Pokemon Legends Arceus, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is the last generation in which Stealth Rock is going to work how it's always worked. Here's why. If you look at Pokemon Legends Arceus, it's not just your run-of-the-mill spin-off game, because unlike spin-off games of the past that were very close in style to the mainline games, meaning they were RPGs, for example, Pokemon Coliseum or Pokemon XD Yellow Darkness, which were on the GameCube back in the day, both of those were RPGs like the mainline titles, but nothing really mechanically was different between those and, at the time, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, or Fire Red and Leaf Green. Here's why I think this divide makes me question whether Stealth Rock is going to continue to work how it's always worked moving forward into our, say, Generation 5 remake or our Generation 10 games. Because from what I heard is true, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and Pokemon Legends Arceus, or PLA, were being developed at the same time. And it kind of shows because both of them are open world games. However, with Pokemon Legends Arceus, the most interesting thing is the battle system. The battle system in Pokemon Legends Arceus does a few things different. Few major things, actually, that no other game has really done, especially not a so-called spin-off game. For example, Freeze doesn't exist how it always exists. Freeze isn't a status condition that just immobilizes a Pokemon. Freeze works as the special equivalent to Burn, meaning that if a Pokemon is proficient in special attack, it will undergo a status condition called Frostbite, and that special attack will be halved. Special attackers have never had anything done to them as far as the series has existed. It's always really been on physical attackers to get the brunt of the status conditions, because Burn really only affects them. Then another thing, Sleep is changed. If you don't know, Sleep is another kind of immobilization status in the games traditionally. However, in Pokemon Legends Arceus, it works more like confusion, in which you are simply drowsy, not asleep. So you have a chance each turn to either attack or to fall into slumber. Mind you, these things never happen in the battle system of Pokemon. These are really sort of core elements. And then, which brings us to the topic of our video, is Stealth Rock. Stealth Rock in Pokemon Legends Arceus is not a entry hazard move. What it is something along the lines of your Infestation or Wrap or Bind, in which it's a move that does a fixed amount of damage each turn. This is huge, because why make all these changes for a supposed spin-off game? I think because they were developed at the same time, what we have in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet might just be the last game in which all of these things that we know of, such as freeze working how it usually does, how sleep working how it usually does. I think this is the last game in which all that stops, because for this one other game that's eerily close in concept and design to a mainline game, for it to have so much that's different doesn't really make sense. Like, I know Pokemon has wasted assets before, like Mega Evolution, Gigantamaxing, right? But this is a little different. The core mechanics of the game never change. So I say keep your eyes locked to the future if you're into competitive Pokemon, because this will possibly be the last time things that we know exist. So give me your thoughts. If you like stuff like this, please feel free to check out my YouTube channel, Polipede Works. And if you like what you see, I would appreciate your subscription. Thank you so much. See you next time.